based off of the pictures, but study the meanings of the symbols. And you could do the same thing because what the tarot card readers are doing is hypnosis. And so the people go to their rooms because they want relaxation. They are stressed out. And so tarot is a way to relax the mind.
Okay, so that's the tool. Okay, that's the secret.
In my opinion, but people will disagree with whatever somebody says. It doesn't make a difference. Everybody's got an opinion. Dr. Zach, welcome to the Tarot Toira. Do you have a question for the tarot? No? So, Aaron, the tarot is really a picture book, and it is a useful tool. Mic check.
Jack, yes, I was going to say you should be like John Edward. You know John Edward?
Yeah,
you could do that, and then people could pay you for that.
Like talk to dead people.
Yeah, I mean, I want a fortune teller. Like, I want a fortune teller to tell me what to do. And so far, you have been telling me to make videos, recording wisdom books on Clown House and put them on YouTube. And there's got to be more, John. There's
not.
The advice of my genie.
There's not, because you fail to understand. Okay, so you fail to understand that the spirit lives in the word. And this is why a lot of these atheist debate rooms are just trick question rooms, because they don't like words, they don't like books, and they don't like numbers. If you want to know the truth, you have to know numbers, not just words. The number is 2. You can't get back to the kingdom until you have 2. You don't even know what that means. I don't even necessarily know what that means.
1 is the loneliest number that could ever be.
So 2's the magic number then, which is a partner, and thus all psychic reading questions or tarot card questions really come down to love. But what I'm trying to point out to you is if you do what I do, you'll have a useful magic book. And what you don't have is a magic book. You need a book of power in your life, and you need to upload it into the ether or the metasphere of the internet and let your consciousness go into the internet. And then in that alchemical process, you become smarter, less irascible, more mature, and your life will improve, because what you're looking for is a better life and happiness. And a book is the quickest and easiest way to change your attitude. Everything else is just superficial, vain, egotistical, and low IQ stupid from people on this app that don't read fucking books. They think it's a complaint hotline for like everything. Can I go to Clubhouse and complain right now about Donald Trump? Can I go to Clubhouse and complain about the Foreign Espionage Act and the Aliens Act of 1798? Let me complain. Can I complain to you? Sure. Why don't you waste my fucking life with your complaints right now? Okay. You see what I'm saying, Zach? Like, how many times have you come on here and done the Jerry Seinfeld routine? What's the deal with people that don't like wicker weave baskets? When I got deplatformed and censored, what's the deal? But you've never actually... See, what you're doing is you're not creating anything. It's okay to steal other people's stuff as long as you're using it to create within. You don't have to worry about copyright or trademark. Just fucking go do. God isn't going to punish you for trying to improve yourself and in the process improve the world. If you're not improving yourself, you're not improving the world. You're not. You may think you are, or you're looking for some type of a shortcut, but I assure you, your problem, Zach, is you're just smelling the meat. You're just smelling the steak, the bacon, the eggs, the hash browns. You're not eating it. I don't hear when you eat it, I'll hear you eat it. If I don't hear you eating, well, then you're not actually improving yourself and you're not improving the world. You're just talking about improving the world. Show me the book you're reading, and then I will show you how you're improving yourself and improving the world. Everything else is stupid. I don't really care. A book is an external hard drive of high value information. That's the mystery and the secret of the word or the number. Kabbalah is that secret mystery, ancient religion, which is a condensation or a compression. It's very positive stuff. It will speed you up a lot, because what it does is it strips down the tree and just leaves the ornaments, the 10 sephira, the Kabbalah. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Chokmah is in Malkuth. Malkuth is in Chokmah. It's the crown and the wisdom and the crown. The crown. If you want to be the king, Zach, if you want to be the Lord Adonai, you have to try to study Kabbalah and go into the crown and have the crown come into you. You have to do it through wisdom. There's no other way. Every time you come on here, you're wasting your time. If you want to be wise, you need to pick up a book on wisdom. Otherwise, you're going to take your crown and smash it at your feet. And then you become a Jazzy, or you become a Bussy, or you become an Abby, or you become a Diogenes, or you become a this, you become a that, this and that. These people don't have wisdom. They don't. That's why they're here. That's why you're here. Maybe. But maybe if you pick up a book and you prove me wrong, I'll say that man now has obtained the understanding, the truth of wisdom, the flower of peace, the flower of joy. I mean, Zach, don't you want more peace in your life? More stillness, more harmony, more strength, more flexibility, more, more love? Yes, you do. I'm sure you do. Do you want to overcome your bad choices? Do you want to overcome your bad actions, your decisions, your opinions? Do you want to become the King Adonai? Do you want your temple to be made of gold and silver and platinum and diamonds and rubies and emeralds and pearls? Or do you want it to be a shit town clown house? It's up to you. You make your house. You make your bed. It's you that's doing all this. You have a choice, but you choose not to do the heavy lifting. You choose to be lazy. You choose to not pick up a 400-page book, a 300-page book, a 100-page book, and record it into your brain, drill it into your soul. Do you really want to change, or do you want to talk about change? Do you want to program yourself for change, or do you just want to talk about programming yourself for change? Prove it. Show me. Text me. Create, and show me your work. Show it to me. Don't just tell it to me. Show it to me. Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you explain it. That's my preaching. That's my rant. I hope you enjoyed. Any questions for Tarot Toira before we end the room and I go to the gym?
I'm going to teach the children's jiu-jitsu lessons. But you should go to the gym.
You should try working on your brain once in a while, not just your body. In the morning, work on your brain. In the evening, work on your body. But you still haven't proven to me that you're working on your brain. Prove it. Prove it, big dog. Come on, big guy. You can do it. Show me. I'm waiting, Zach. I'm waiting. Show me. Prove it. Show me that you're actually going to improve your brain. Prove it. Show it to me. Don't just tell me. Show it to me. I'm waiting. Hello?
can I ask you something? I think Zach left. Do you believe in angel numbers? Like, is there any meaning to it?
What was that?
Angel numbers.
Sorry, I can't hear you. What?
Angel numbers. Like 222, for example.
Yeah, the numbers are all referenced or assigned to pictures, so it creates a roadmap for your mind, where you can associate numbers with things in the real world, or you can think about the numbers, think about the picture, then think about the mystery in the picture.
I just been a angel number right now because I'm your 222 friend in this account.
Yeah, 222 would be like 666, or if you have three triple twos. All these things mean things, but it's all really an index for the human condition, and your consciousness parallels or mirrors the universe. So this is how you get what you want, or the query that you had, meaning that once you get back into equilibrium and you become the mirror, your magic will begin again. So it's just up to you. Polish your mirror, which is really your brain. That's the way to look at it. This is just a tool for self-reflection or self-actualization. And try to have some comedy. The fool is laughing. You need to laugh, Dr. Aaron. You need to have some fun. Come into harmony with joy. Come into harmony with equilibrium. And you will be successful because people want to join you and you want to join them. So what you want with your career and your income is you have to get back into joy. And then you'll be able to get what you want. But it can't be fake. It's got to be authentic joy. Otherwise, fake joy can always be detected. And thus, you will be rejected.
Understood. Like, to tell you frankly, I don't know your exact name. I will call you Wisdom now. Anyway, like, previously I was like, just like that only. I was so energetic. I was so happy. I was like attracting people around me. Just got the job what I want. I was earning like anything. I was working for a newsprint company only. So I was in India only. I'm happy staying in India. Not just like any other guys who want to go to there or here. I'm just happy where I am. I was like that only. And I used to have relationships. Everything was fine. Then my father passed away. Ever since that, I just lost that pillar. I don't know. When he was there, I was that confident. Once he's gone, I don't know, something I lost from inside and eventually start to reflect in my life everywhere. And I just finally come back to home, just not doing any job. It's not like that. I just lose that energy from me. I don't know. I'm trying to find it back. I hit gym recently and I've got good aesthetics, physique to tell you, frankly. And I got like bulk up also. Then I feel like, what's next? Yeah, I'm now bulked up. Now everyone is looking at my muscles. There's somebody's at home complimenting. And yeah, here it's like not unisex gyms. If you ask me, yeah, it's single gym. Like male gyms only. So yeah, guys start to respect me. But eventually I felt like, what's next? Nothing. I'm just losing my energy. Like previously I was having some visions, dreams. I want to earn like anything. I want to live a luxury life. Oh, I don't know what happened to me. Just trying to find my old self. It's really what with me right now. I just want to be that old me with full of energy, full of ambition, full of dreams. It's like I can go anywhere. I can talk to anyone. I can hit any girl. I was like that only. I just lose myself. I just lose my circle, my friends. And yeah, my vocabulary, my language, everything was better. But now, these days, for the last 2 years, I'm not using English properly. I'm losing my vocabulary. Everything I'm losing. I just can't get back to that rhythm. I try to read books, but I can't continue. Within 2 days, I will lose that mindset. Then I will go to something else. Just, I don't know. This is what's happening with me these days.
Yeah.
Now I'm planning to relocate to Middle East in search of a job. And I'm an optimistic guy. I will find a job, I know.
Yeah, but you don't need to relocate to find a job. Your job is right now, meaning in the internet, transportation, or logistics or geographic, it's not going to change your problem. You have a psychological problem. You have a mental problem, meaning that you want the spirit again, like when you had it when you were younger. But the truth is, you still have it. It's always now. You have literally talked yourself out of it in just the past 30 seconds. If you listen to the replay of this room, you'll be aware of what you're doing. You're talking yourself out of it. You have it, but you are. This is what the universe does. Is it constantly tries to con itself and fake itself, or to create an illusion, or deception, or trickery. You're doing it to yourself, but you're not aware of it. That's my opinion.
Okay, understood. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Are you Christian? You live in Kerala State?
No. Actually, I'm Hindu by birth, but I'm not that kind of religious guy. But I do believe in a God.
Well, you don't have to worry about being religious. What you need is the large language model system from the religion. That's what you need to get the spirit again. You don't even have to, it's irrelevant whether or not God exists. The word is what you need, because the word will bring you the peace. And if you want the prosperity, if you want the joy, you need the word. The word will bring the peace. There's no other way to do it, because we communicate and describe in words. So you have to get a good book. Get a book on tarot. I could put a link in the chat for you. You can buy it on eBay or Amazon. But a tarot book will give you joyful words. If you want to change your situation, you just need more words of joy, positive vibrations. It's a hypnosis. It's a self-hypnosis, and then you can hypnotize other people, but it applies in the workplace as well. So if you're the positive vibration in the workplace, you bring harmony, joy, equilibrium, progression, leadership, kindness, all those things. So you've already got it, but you're talking yourself out of it. But the thing is, you should get a book, because it's a daily renewal, because you will forget again. But if you've got the book, you can remind yourself and you'll say, fuck, I'm back. I got it again. A book is a bicycle. And once you figure out how to ride a bike, you can always ride a bicycle. It's ingrained into your brain, into your soul. But you got to do the work. You can't just talk about it. Create a room and invite me to a room where you read a book. I'll come listen to you for 10 minutes.
Sure. I'll do it. Yeah. Thanks. I felt some good vibe when I heard you speaking. I understand. You can understand people better. That's why I came again. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, Chris, do you want to say anything? Zenamini? He's probably working. He's got a job. He's got one of those things that gives him money for time. And in return, he gives them his time. But he just does data entry. How boring.
I'm an engineer, actually.
I know. Complicated.
Yeah. I don't know. The society respect me for my job. But in reality, it's just like you said, I'm spending my time, I'm putting a tie to somebody to hold me and to torture me mentally.
Yeah.
But still, there are some good things about that job, which I found good. There are a lot of working people. So most of the engineers are assholes. So I was the kind of guy who tried to understand them. So I felt at those times when I was working, I felt, okay, God sent me here for these people. And I was doing great at those times. Yeah, I'm just connecting myself back right now.
Well, you are thinking about memories. You need to create new memories. But then if you know yourself, you know the engineers, you know everybody else. But you need to learn more about yourself in order to learn more about other people. It's all about equilibrium and harmony. And if you know where you came from, you'll solve all your problems. It is about self-discovery, self-actualization, self-knowledge, self-preservation, self-illumination. And it's words. I mean, what does self-illumination mean? It sounds nice, but what does it mean? It's still just words. So, this app is like an English as a second language program for non-native, American English speakers or non-native English speakers. I mean, as an engineer, and as an Indian, you're like a go-between. So your English knowledge is very important for your success because you have capabilities that maybe English people don't have. But your challenge is, how do I communicate that to them? And they'll know what you're saying, but part of this is like English language training. That's pretty much what you need. But I would say train on positivity, train on equilibrium, balance, yoga, chakras, because you need the spirit, and what you want is to activate your chakras and open up your third eye, get to your chakra or your kulkuma, your crown. You need wisdom to get into the crown, and you need the crown to get into wisdom, or the crown comes with wisdom. Basically, if you want the crown, you need the wisdom. So get the wisdom, you'll get what you want.
Wonderful. Thanks.
But
Good name, please. Got this.
yeah, you could do it in Hindi, you could do it in Gujarati, you could do it in Sanskrit, you can do it in English. It's all the same, but English is the universal currency. You could take it everywhere. You could go to Australia, you could go to UK, you could be an engineer anywhere on some big billion-dollar project, and make 200, 400,000 a year working there. So, but if you could talk to a hiring manager in the way that I'm talking to you, they would say, whoa, you got to meet this guy, because they are looking for people to push into their work with positivity, because there's so much anxiety. They need people who use positive words in the manufacturing. So, that's how you get a job. It's that interview. It's like a date. It's like, if you want to get into the girl's pants, you can't use negative terminology. You gotta be positive.
Like, a lot of things. You got wisdom, man. Like, you understand how the manufacturing environment is. I can feel that from your words. It's not like everyone. Usually you give a lecture about the manufacturing environment to people to make them understand what I'm saying. But you just connect it very easily.
Yeah. It's just, there's a couple books, but I mean, again, I've been, English is not your first language. So imagine if the roles were reversed and I had to try to do all of this in Sanskrit. It would be very challenging for me, but I could do it off of a sheet, just read it, and you would be like, wow. But what is that in terms of the global economy? I mean, it means nothing. Like, the global economy is, Americans working with Indians on WebEx or, Zoom, and working with major corporations, Fortune 500. I mean, that's why I say you could live right where you're at. You don't need to go anywhere. You could work with an office in Chicago, San Francisco, Manhattan, Miami. It doesn't matter where you're at. That type of mentality is what you want to avoid. You want to be free. a job that pins you down, and a job that pins you down makes you an automaton, a robot. That's not what you want. Nobody wants that. That's not what I want. I want to be free. I want to be at the beach. I want to be in the forest. I want to be on the mountain. I want to be at the lake. I want to be at the river. People want a freedom of mobility, freedom of environment, because if you don't have that, then you feel like you're in prison. And no one wants to be in a cell. Everyone wants to get free. So what you're really talking about is your brain, your consciousness. And, books and words are the way to do it, in my opinion. And maybe a nice glass of wine. So tarot, toira, tarot, it's essentially the same word. It means the wheel, or 360. So there's all these numbers and symbols that refer back to you and the divine self, and self-knowledge, self-awareness, self-reflection, self-contemplation, self-discovery, but it is essentially all a meditation hypnosis to put you back into a flow state. And you can obtain this type of consciousness. It's literally the nirvana equation. It's all words. The nirvana equation is like a mantra, or a mantra of, Om, OHM, essentially. So Om is the vibration. That is the pulse. You need to modify your pulse, a pulse of positivity, which is Om, or prana, pranayana, breath, ruach. But prana is the life force. So, if you're lacking, you need more life force, which is more breath, or prana. And then, through the prana, you'll activate your chakras, and then you'll activate your kakma, or your crown, and then you'll be back in alignment, and you'll get what you want. Because you will always get what you want. That's basically a fact. But it's just a question of how much quicker can you get it? And if you want to get it now, you got to get more breath. Don't stop breathing, or you might die.
A lot about these things like chakra, prana. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm a yogi.
Cool. You ever visited India? I mean, for yogic purposes.
No. That's why I say you don't need to go anywhere. It's universal. It's the same here in Chicago as it is in LA or Miami. The sun is constant. The sun will always be there. It's really a question of your brain. It's your cache. You've got an overloaded memory that needs to be cleared. Your cache is swollen, and it's got too many gigabytes in it, and it's slow now. The app is crashing. So what you need to do is clear your cache, and you will function again at a high level of functionality, capability. People need to clear their cache. They don't understand that. I deal with a lot in software technology, cell phones, and many of these problems are a swollen cache. Welcome, Dr. Chris.
Full rush. Power rush.
Osiris Rising.
Tarot, Torah, meditation.
Oh, surest.
World premiere 2025.
Aaron, Chris works at Domino's. He's been making pizzas for the past 6 years. He's now 18 years old. That's right. He was a child labor pizza boy. But look at him. Look at him now. Now he owns 10 Domino's, and he's worth $20 million. Congratulations, Dr. Chris.
Thank you. Listen, I worked my way up. Started at 12. And
hardest working man in pizza.
owned 10 shares at 18. Net worth $22.5 million. 50% of my net worth is actually in Domino's stock, and the other 50 is in liquid. Doing pretty well. Yeah. Just cheers to more success.
Part of this whole thing, Aaron, is comedy. you got to have a sense of humor. You know, that's the secret. The Magus, the magician, Hermes, Mercury is smiling because he's laughing. Because this whole thing is a comedy. It's not a tragedy like people make it out to be. It's all a comedy. Comedies are fun. Comedies are joyful. Comedies are uplifting. Comedies leave you feeling. Comedies give you a high dopamine. A tragedy can give you a dopamine too, but you want to stress the comedy, not the tragedy. Be a comic. It's comeliness. It's an inside joke. It's a secret, essentially. It's a myth. And everyone loves myths. It's children, it's stories you tell to children. So be like a child is what, the saying is. Christ said, be like little children. Meaning, why are you so serious? Why are you so serious all the time? I don't mean it like in the professional setting, 90% of the communication is on topic and progressive or iterative, but then 10% of it is levity and comedy to try to, it's a segue essentially. It's a bridge is what it is. The bridge as a symbol is an important symbol because you need to be that bridge between yourself and the world and the bridge between yourself and your higher self. So it's like you want to be on nirvana or you want to go back to your island of paradise and then be the bodhisattva and then come back, return and help other people get to the happy state, to their nirvana, to their paradise island. If you can help people do what I'm doing for you, it'll be the quickest way for you to always reposition or reframe yourself back into nirvana, utopia now, joy now, Mashiach now, Messiah now. You are the Messiah. You are the joy of the universe or the manifestation of that eternal joy. And I know Chris down there is a Calvinist, and it's kind of funny when I was listening to Alan Watts talk about Calvinism. He's like, Calvinism is very depressing, but there are some interesting things about it. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, it must be interesting for a Calvinist to like be observational and say, I can't believe this is all part of the simulation or the simulacra. But I think everybody's really kind of like that. Technically, I think everybody is a Calvinist. They just don't know it. Or every Calvinist is a Protestant and they just don't know it. It's because of these words. And really, it's the people behind the words, Calvin, Dr. Calvin. It is humans that create this conditioning. It is humans that create this word situation, not the other way around. And you could say that is still hermetic. That below is above is below, not above is below is above. Or you could invert that. You see what I'm saying? It's like a word play. And then you get lost in the words. Okay, that is the Tarot Toira. Chris, did you have a question for Tarot? I know you day trade. Did you want to try to get some insight, some strategy into your future bets in your brokerage? Because I'm getting really burned out on words and I am ready to withdraw into silence. It is St. Paddy's Day, so I may just Irish goodbye you.